yesterday. Who was he with? Has anyone seen him get into a car? Has he been picked up by anyone? Has he been talking to you about leaving home? Has he got any other problems that we don't know about? And out there are a lot of men searching, and at home his mother sits pretty upset. Now I want your help.
This is the young man. He's called Michael Hodgson. He's 11 years of age.
Have you seen any Boy Scouts at all playing in the area?
No, not up here there.
No, I never saw that boy.
You say he's a home-loving sort of lad?
Yes, he is. His mother keeps tight rein on him.
What about any strangers in the area? Last couple of days, have you seen anybody you don't recognise?
No, he said he didn't know.
By Saturday afternoon, we had gone 44 hours without hearing anything of this missing lad. We were getting desperately worried, and then the inevitable happened.
He's definitely dead, Jack. Don't touch him, Mike.
Can you mark that right after the bottom, please?
For receiving. Go ahead, please.
He's been well and truly strangled, John. He's got lots of petechiae. He's got a nice broad ligature mark. I should think the neckerchief will do for that. The knock marks at the back, which fits in nicely with a bit of sexual "How's your father?" Got a fat lip, split freedom. I'll try and collect you a few bits and bats from this.
Yes, well, anything around the neck would be useful.
Yeah. Mortis is complete, so he's been dead 24 hours plus, possibly 36, which again that fits in with your idea that he's been dumped.
It's been dumped, yeah.
And again, you see, look at the shape of him anyway. The Rydor's not right for being killed here. He's been in the boot of a car or something like that, and then he's just come a roller from the top. So I don't think I can tell you very much else here. I'd have thought the thing to do is let's get him gloved up, bagged up, and get him off to the mortuary.
Okay.
A wave of shock and revulsion at the murder of a young boy went through the population. The public were most helpful and most willing to cooperate throughout. That's always the case with a child murder, particularly if it may be sexually orientated. But we hadn't a lot to go on, and all we could do was to make thorough inquiries in the area of the boy's house and the scout's hut. We wanted to trace every man and every vehicle who had been in those areas at that time.
My post-mortem examination confirmed that the boy had been a victim of serious sexual assault. We took some fluid from the eye and we measured the potassium level in it. As the body decomposes, the level of potassium in the eye fluid increases, and so this enabled us to roughly estimate the time of death. And he'd certainly been dead for well over 24 hours, nearer 48. His stomach still contained the undigested remains of the last meal that his mother gave him on the Thursday night. And this confirmed that his death occurred within 2 or 3 hours at the most of his eating that meal.
The only thing we have to go on is that he'd been a victim of a serious homosexual offence. As a result of that, I want this team to go out and to trace every known homosexual in this area, to visit the public toilets and places where cottaging and importuning for clients takes place, and to trace and thoroughly check every homosexual for his whereabouts during the 5 hours immediately following the time on Thursday when the Boy Scout left home.
Let me say that any information that you have will be treated in the strictest confidence. In fact, I have authority to tell you that any statements made during the investigation or photographs, it may be necessary to take certain photographs, but they will be destroyed at the end of the inquiry, and if necessary, a member of your group can come and supervise that destruction. What I want to get over is that we are dealing with a murder and nothing else. We found most of them very helpful. the vast majority are consenting adults, and like the heterosexuals, they don't like the child molester. A lot of them came forward with some very useful information, made statements and had the photographs taken.
Just sit there, please. If you can sit up straight, I'll look straight towards the camera. It's fine. Thank you very much, Dave.
Derek Griffin looked very promising. Just have a look at that. That's the boy we're talking about. Do you know him?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, they all look the same, really.
His house was in the same street as the scout hut, and he admitted knowing Michael by sight. Have you ever been with any of those scouts?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, I am.
So you were found with the young boy in the car? He'd been found at midnight with the 12-year-old boy in a car very near the place where the body was found.
But I wasn't doing anything.
Blood and saliva samples were taken from him.
The boy was blood group O. Seminal staining was found on the back of his trousers and underpants. Tests indicated that it was left by a Group A person. Derek Griffin was not Group A.
Peter Gould had the right blood group. Where did he go?
Black Bull.
The Black Bull in town?
Yeah.
He was a teacher who had links with the Scouts. He confessed to officers of indecent assault on young boys. And do you think you went there that night?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
I think so.
What time would you go in there?
I got there about 8:10.
And where would you be before that?
I was at home.
Ian Gray had the right blood group. What time would you finish work that night?
6:30.
Have you some transport?
Yeah.
He was seen approaching a small boy in an amusement arcade. They were followed to a public toilet and caught in the act. So what time would you arrive at home?
7:15.
Was anyone there when you got there?
Yeah.
Who was that?
My mum.
Your mum. Anybody else?
No.
I was particularly struck by a number of fibres which I had recovered from the boy's clothing and also from tapings from his bare flesh. These were quite different from fibres which I would normally associate with clothing. They appeared to be man-made, of similar length and thickness, and appeared to have been cut straight across at each end. I associated these fibres with a process called flocking. Nylon is drawn out into long strands, which are then chopped into short lengths by a guillotine. They are then charged with an electric current and fired at a base material covered with adhesive. This process has numerous applications, including carpet making. As you can see, they're fairly coarse, and they have a characteristic end, which is clean cut.
Yeah.
The thickness of these indicates really that they could well be from carpet fibres.
Can you say whether it meant he was killed on that carpet or whether he picked them up being transported after death to the colliery where he was dumped?
No, I can't be so specific as that, but certainly if we can eliminate the possibility that they've come from his house, then I feel these fibres are quite significant.
Right, I'll get a team doing that, but can you help us? Can you narrow it down with colour or anything that will help us to identify the sort of carpet we're looking for other than a dark coloured flock carpet?
black, but probably not totally black, because there are a few light fibres. We don't actually know if all these fibres have come from the same item, the same carpet, if it is a carpet.
I had to get 2 detectives of the meticulous type who would beaver away trying to find the particular type of flock carpeting which matched those fibres.
The Forensic Science Laboratory were very, very reluctant indeed to release the fibres. This, we understand, was because of the fact that possibly we may have lost them or they may have become destroyed.
We knew the precise dimensions of the fibres and we knew that they were black. And that's as much information as we had to go on at the beginning. We went round and traced everybody who had anything to do with nylon flocking.
Any lead that you could help us on in the manufacturing that you're doing? Are we on the right lines of inquiry?
Anything you can tell us at all?
Oh, I don't think it's come from this place. It's not come from this factory.
So we can eliminate this sort of...
Just hitting on the right one, that's what we're looking for, the right one.
And what about importers?
Oh, let's go Swiss, or in Switzerland.
Yeah.
On the placard.
While the police concentrated on finding the end product in which these fibres might have been used, I wanted to discover who had made the original filament.
The diameter gives the indication that it's not an RCI fibre.
That's interesting.
Right, we'll do a melting point and take it from there.
Fine. A fibre was put on a hot stage and heated up.
Okay, and we'll take that up to melting point, which should be any minute now. And there we are.
It melted at about 255 degrees centigrade, which indicated that it was an unusual type of nylon known as 6/6.
After 10 days we visited 30 companies, and after those enquiries it was narrowed down to 3 companies that made black carpeting of the right dimensions. Only one of these companies used nylon 6/6. This was Flotex. It turned out that the only black carpeting they made was for British Leyland.
British Leyland did use Flotex carpeting in 3 of their models, the Triumph 2000, 2.5 and Triumph Stack. Furthermore, they only used that carpet for 1 year and then it was discontinued. This was exciting news because we felt now we were getting really close.
We got all available police officers stopping and checking all P&I registered cars in the West Yorkshire area and taking samples of the fibres shed by those carpets inside those cars.
Forensic Science at this point released a certain number of fibres to us, so we were now able